Hello again. Okay, for those of you who've been watching me on a regular basis, you may be aware that there are two issues I generally avoid making videos about, and they are politics and religion. Recently I broke that self-imposed rule when we had a little chat about politics. And I was reasonably determined not to talk about religion ever, because talking about religion on sites like this is just asking for a world of haters and loathing and hate mail and just people getting way too serious about an issue which is this big, and they make it an issue which is the classic case of the proverbial mountain from a molehill. A little bit of background information we should cover first. I was raised Catholic, and no, I'm not going to talk about my personal belief system as it stands today, because basically that's the debate I don't want to have with a lot of you people, because some of you out there are just nuts about this stuff, and it sucks time and people get all about it. But there is just one thing about Christianity that is always stuck in the back of my head whenever I talk about Christianity or religion in general with someone, and I've asked some of my Christian friends this and the answers are wild sometimes. So here goes. Deep breath. I feel like the bravest man on the internet right now. I'm going to talk about religion. Okay, so we have the Old Testament, God, the Lord, the One, the beginning, the Alpha and Omega, that guy. In the Old Testament, he was a badass. I mean, he was kicking everybody's ass. If you're a sinner, you got your ass kicked. He was turning people into pillars of salt. He was visiting the plagues upon Egypt and stuff, locusts and boils. And the dude even went so far as to kill every firstborn son in Egypt. Okay, the Christian God, the God of love, killed God knows how many hundreds, thousands, I don't know how many people were living in Egypt back then. Just flat out killed them. You're not one of me. The people who are leading you are, being a bit of a prick to my people, my chosen people, so I'm going to punish you for your leaders' ignorance and refusal to acknowledge me as the one true God, because I'm a jealous and vengeful son of a bitch. It was well established and thoroughly explored that the God of the Old Testament was a wrathful guy. He would smite people all over the place. Smiting, smoting, what's the past tense? The plural? I don't know. But, he was that guy. And then we get to the New Testament, and Jesus comes along and suddenly everything's peace and love and, love thy neighbour and don't worry too much as long as you're good within yourself. That's all that really matters. Look, I'm going to tell you a few little home truths about how to live a good and pure life and, get to sit next to my dad up in heaven, who I also am my own son. Bit of confusion there. Don't think about it too hard. Just, listen, I'm Jesus. I'm telling you some good stuff to lead a pretty decent life and, try and make things happy for all those around you. It's this dichotomy that I've always had a problem with. From the Old Testament to the New Testament, God completely changes his attitude. And he's God, he's omnipresent, he's all-knowing. That's fine, he can do that. But the question it raises is, in changing the way he approached things, is he admitting fault? Is he going, well, you know what, the way I did things back then in the Old Testament, that was wrong. That was a mistake. I should be doing things differently from now on in. That's the problem. If God is omnipresent and infallible, why would he change the way he's doing things? Just for a laugh? Did God make a mistake? Why did he change the way he was doing things if he was infallible? If he's all-knowing? If he's omnipresent? He's everywhere at once, he knows everything that will be, has been, and possibly might be. There would be no reason to act like a complete bastard in the Old Testament and smite people left and right, and then poof, change his attitude all of a sudden when he puts his boy on earth and goes, well, wait a second. This whole anger and vengeful thing, people might respond to me better if I'm a little bit kinder. Anyway, something to chew on. And please, try and behave yourself in the comment section. Please, for the love of God, before you hit that post comment button, take a breath, read through what you got, and think, what would Jesus post? Catch you next time.